Hey folks, going to be doing another unboxing here of a game that literally just showed up today. This is the legacy version of Flashpoint. This is done by Indie Boards and Cards. It is a 2 to 6 player game. Supposedly each game takes around 60 minutes to play. And you're basically playing through Flashpoint, but there is the whole legacy mechanic aspect on top of it. So, let's go ahead and this bad boy opened up. So in Flashpoint, the normal game, you're essentially playing as a group of firefighters going into a burning building to rescue people or meet other certain objectives. So it's a good little, it's a fun little game. But this is supposed to add the campaign element of a legacy game to it. So we'll get it opened up here. And we have board book number 1. I believe this is what the maps are going to be. I'm not going to open this up, but you're probably going to open this up and there's going to be a different building layout. You'll put the fire tokens out. You'll have to run around, put the fires out. More of them might flare up depending on different things. Kind of see the back of it like that. So we have book 1. Book 2, I'm assuming since the spiral bound is on this side, these are probably going to be meant to be put together like this. And it looks like, let me pull this off screen. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pages double-sided for each. So the maps, you're going to have roughly probably 13, 14 maps to go through. Then we have well, that was already stuck under there. We have a nice giant envelope here. It says 1, Flashpoint Legacy of Flame. Sealed, slightly open there. At least on my copy. Then we have a smaller one, Flashpoint for emergency use. Open and add contents to your firehouse if you ever lose 3 or more games in a row. Let's see, that's going to help you out a little bit. Then we have the episode guide. So you have Prologue 1, Prologue 2, and then episodes 1 through 12. So it's looking like about 14 games. Open this book to page 2 to begin playing. Do not turn to an episode in this guide until you are ready, to set up and play that episode. So here's the first page is all I'm going to show you. Training manual gives you the components, the layout of the first board. So you can kind of see, you have your building layout and then certain, there's going to be doors and walls. You're going to be able to bust through walls, bust through doors, or put up barriers to try to stop the spread of the fire, etc. It is 36 pages and you got a quick start guide here on the back. But it is 36 papers. It is glossy paper, so there's that. Then we have the paragraph book. Do not open until instructed to do so. Nothing on the back. It is 18, 19 pages. I'm assuming that's going to have the narrative in it. Then we have Flashpoint number 3 envelope. Sealed. Then we have Flashpoint number 4 envelope. This feels like punch boards. Real thick set of punch boards too. Then we have Flashpoint Reserve. This is open, an open envelope there. Flashpoint Firehouse, open envelope. Flashpoint number 2 envelope that is sealed. That kind of almost feels like maybe stickers. And then we have a punch board, a couple punch boards, so we have different tokens. We have another punch board that has all the fire tokens, the threat tokens, and the healing tokens. The station icon. I like how everything's labeled on these punch boards. And on this one, we've got the door markers. We've got the action tokens, the hazmat markers, the point of interest markers. And then we have a bunch of things laying around. So we have episode pack 1. So I'm assuming, stop. This is the bottom of the episode pack for episode 1. I'm sure the instructions will tell you to go to the top deck. So there's episode 1. Episode 2, not as thick as episode 3 or 1. Episode 3, even smaller. Episode 4, thicker. Episode 5, same as episode 4. Episode 6, thicker. Episode 7, about the same. Episode 8, thinner. Episode 12. Where's all the other episodes? Oh, prologue. Prologue pack. That's fairly thick. Prologue 2 is a little thinner. Here's episode 9. Episode 9, about the same as episode 8. Episode 10 is thicker. Episode 11 is a little thinner. And episode 12 is a little thicker than episode 11. I don't know if I like the trench, but it is what it is. Then we have a little deck Flashpoint equipment locker. This is, I'm not going to open this up, but there is some cards in here. It is, I'd say I'm not going to open it up, and then I open it up. A couple decks of cards in there. Then we have Fire Deck A. We have Fire Deck B, which is much, much smaller than Fire Deck A. Fire Deck C, which is much, much bigger than Fire Deck B. And then Fire Deck D, which is about the same size as Fire Deck C. Then we have some promos here, Kickstarter promos, Flashpoint Legacy of Flame. I'm assuming these probably a character or two, maybe some stickers and some items to use. We have the Fire Truck punch board and the Ambulance punch board. We have the player cards, different colors. We have the reference sheets with the actions. Or is that a scratch off? That is scratch off. So there's scratch off stuff in this. Then we have a bag of black cubes. We have a single red die, D6, with pips. We have 1, 2, 3 plastic baggies. We have a D8. And then we have the player pawns, plastic pieces that go on the board. These are the same ones, basically, that are in Flashpoint, the base game. Yeah, I don't know if I'm a big fan of this trench. It actually looks like this might... Nothing under there. Nope. Don't look under your insert if you don't want to be spoiled. Just a heads up. So let's get all this back in here. Got the number 2. We got the 2 open ones. We got the number 4, the number 3, the paragraph book, the actual rule book. The emergency one. Then we have the big one, the 2 board books, and then that's it. So that is the Flashpoint Legacy of Flame. Just a quick unboxing. Plays up to 6 players, so I'm trying to think of another. I guess Risk Legacy could play. I think it could play 6 players, but I honestly don't recall. But most Legacy games don't play more than 4 players. So this might be interesting to play with 6. Going in as a team of firefighters trying to save different buildings. I'm not sure what because it didn't look like, there's several maps obviously, but maybe you replay a map that catches fire a second time. Just feels like bad, the fires you put out in Flashpoint, I don't think the structures are really surviving. So I don't know how much stickering of the actual boards and maps you'll be doing. You might just be getting better equipment to deal with different scenarios. But it'll be interesting to see. Thanks for watching.